everyone. In Ella's introduction, Apollo liked to play the lyre and dance with the Muses. Who are the Muses? It's my turn to talk about them and three more gods: Artemis, Athena, and Hades. Do you know who they are? Have you ever heard of any stories about them? Now let's start with the Muses. There were 9 Muses. They were the daughters of Zeus and Mnemosyne. She was the goddess of memory. The Muses liked to play their harps, sing, and dance together. Apollo was always around them. The Muses were the goddess of art. They inspired artists, poets, and singers. They also inspired scientists. In the modern world now, we like to use the word muse to talk about someone's inspiration. Next, let's talk about Artemis. She was the goddess of moon and hunting. She was the patron saint of mammals, and she was one of the virgin goddesses in Greece. Every time we see her in pictures, she would carry a silver ball and silver arrows. There would be Cyprus as her symbol. Artemis had a twin brother, Apollo, just like what Ella has introduced. Both Artemis and Apollo were hunters, but Artemis believed that she was the best archer in the world, better than his twin brother, Apollo. Artemis once fell in love with a man called Orion, but Apollo didn't like him at all. One day, Apollo saw a little black spot on the sea far away. He knew it was Orion. So Apollo made a bet with Artemis that she was not able to shoot the spot. Artemis was not happy, so she shot right at the spot. Artemis found out that the spot was Orion when she saw the body, but it was too late. Orion was dead, and Artemis was very sad. She placed Orion into the sky, and it became the constellation Orion. After that, Apollo wanted to apologize, but Artemis was still very sad and angry, so she ran away from Apollo every time. And that is why the sun and the moon don't appear in the sky at the same time. Next, let's talk about Athena. She was the goddess of wisdom, war, arts, and crafts. She was one of the 3 virgin goddesses in Greece too. Her symbols were owl, olive branch, and a girl with shield. Athena's father was also Zeus, and her mother was Metis, Zeus's first wife. Zeus was worried that Metis would have a son, and the son would fight him, just like how Zeus fought his father Kronos. So one day, Zeus swallowed Metis. Later, he had a headache, and Athena was born from his head. Athena was a teacher. She taught people how to build ships, how to ride horses, how to make pots, how to make weapons, and how to make clothes. There was a girl called Arachne. She was very arrogant, always saying that she could win Athena if they had a competition of making clothes. One day, Athena couldn't stand it anymore. She turned into an old woman and told Arachne that she should be humble. But Arachne didn't listen to the old woman. So Athena changed back into her original appearance and competed with Arachne. Finally, Arachne lost. So Athena turned her into a spider, making webs, just like making clothes forever. Finally, it's time to talk about Hades, the god of the underworld, the death and wealth. After people died, they would go to Hades' place. His symbols were the corner of abundance, Narcissus, Scepter, and Cypress. Hades had a 3-headed dog. His name is Cerberus. The dog guarded for the door of Hades' kingdom. long time ago, Hades wanted a wife to accompany him, so he kidnapped Persephone when she was playing. Persephone was the goddess of destruction, life, death, and grain. Her mother Demeter was very sad, so the ground couldn't grow anything. Zeus told Hermes to tell Hades to send Persephone back, but Hades said Persephone ate 4 pomegranates underground, so she had to come back to the underworld 4 months a year. Every time Persephone went back to the underworld, Demeter became very sad, so the ground couldn't grow anything during that time. Since then, there was winter every year. After my introduction, don't you think the gods of the Olympus were very interesting? That's why I love them so much. Thank you.